August is the last year of the century, the coming of the new millennium. So I had a sense of transition, change within myself. I wanted to go back to the roots of Final Fantasy and what that was all about. From the beginning, the theme has always been within a fantasy world, but with Final Fantasy IX, the difference is that the developers now have all these advanced tools and technologies to work with. As the series evolved, Final Fantasy VII and VIII opted for a very realistic portrayal of characters and environments, and that was successful. But just because of that, I didn't want to be confined into saying, oh, okay, Final Fantasy IX should just follow suit and portray a realistic world. And so I wanted the creators and the developers to work on something that they really wanted. And this is how Final Fantasy IX came about, and why it went back to the fantasy theme.
And if 9 installments of the world-renowned series isn't enough for RPG fans, Square's full-length feature film, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, will be released this July. Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi spent 4 years of his life to bring his video game world to the big screen.
Where are we?
I'm not sure.
Final Fantasy IX for the Sony PlayStation is available now. If you're looking for a unique and entertaining game that's a little different from the norm, you may want to give Sky Odyssey by Activision a try. If you're thinking this looks like a flight simulation game, you're right. But Sky Odyssey has enough gameplay features to keep your interest for more than just a few minutes. That's mostly due to the well-done and thought-out adventure mode. There are close to 20 missions in Sky Odyssey and almost as many different planes to use as well. Some of the missions will be relatively simple, like negotiating these narrow passageways en route to a local airport. The trick here is obviously to avoid the mountains around you, but also falling rocks and course-altering wind currents. As you progress, things get a little tougher. For example, one mission starts you off with a leaking fuel tank and forces you to link up with a moving train in order to refuel. Needless to say, mastering your flying skills will be essential while trying to succeed during these types of objectives. If you're starting to get a little nervous about the game's learning curve, your concerns are valid. Though the game does give you the ability to turn down the difficulty level and to turn up the number of assist features, it can still be tough at times. To help you out even further, Sky Odyssey does a great job of briefing you with these well-done 3D course descriptions. The landscapes that you'll fly through in Sky Odyssey are breathtaking. The amount of detail the producers put in the environments will really give you that intangible sense of flight. To add to the effect, the control of your plane will feel right on target and realistic, especially when factoring in atmospheric conditions. But as beautiful as the flying experience can be, keep in mind that it can also be deadly. One false move in this game, and you'll be plummeting from the sky. The adventure mode is set on 4 connected islands that are packed with a number of airborne escapades. But though the adventures are very diverse and unique, they all have one unifying goal. That is to find the legendary Tower of Maximus. You'll be able to attempt these missions with planes that range from authentic propeller gliders to high-tech war machines. Each one can be taken to the hangar and customized as well. The more missions you accomplish, the more courses and planes you'll unlock. Even if you're not into flight simulation games, you may find Sky Odyssey worth your while. It has a pretty good combination of arcade-like features and real flight physics that should satisfy everyone. Plus, if you've ever been curious about what it feels like to be suspended hundreds of feet in the sky, this may be your safest way to find out.
Raven, Xbox, GameZcape, right back.
You stay at Funcoland, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yes! All right!
So, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
More games! Right! Tons of fun!
Welcome back. A couple weeks ago, we gave you a sneak peek at Nintendo's super machine, GameCube. Now let's take a look at another next-gen system entering the console wars in 2001, Microsoft's Xbox.
In 2001, Microsoft plans to enter the bloody console war with Xbox. Known mainly for PC games, As Sega and Sony battle it out, Microsoft is hoping to grab the lion's share of the consumer market with its own Dream Machine.
Well, really, we're focused on making sure we produce the most interactive, the most realistic games and give people a great game experience, whether they're playing on the PC or going to be playing on our new console Xbox. The key to success here really is giving people a game that's interactive, exciting, and enables them to have a lot more fun.
It's a platform designed by gamers for gamers. So we wanted to make something that's much more powerful than has ever been seen before, and also something that's really easy to develop great games for. That's the two things that make Xbox special. The graphics performance is about 3 times higher than the PlayStation 2, which is already an amazing machine. So we can do over 150 million polygons a second versus their roughly 60 million polygons a second. So that's one way to measure it. But also, this is the first game console ever that has a built-in hard disk, and that brings a huge amount of power to a game developer.
For many disappointed gamers who were unable to secure a PlayStation 2, the Xbox may be another alternative in 2001, just as long as there are enough games to support the new system.
Gamers don't buy the box for the box, they buy it for the game, you know? And it's really going to come down to who has the best games, who makes the great games. If there's some game that's only available on Xbox, gamers will go to any end to get that machine to play that game, because that's what they really care about.
As we officially say goodbye to the 20th century and reflect on the past 100 years, it's incredible to see just how far the video game industry has come since the days of Pong. So why don't we take a retrospective journey through the virtual world?
If you have any questions or comments regarding GameZcape, feel free to email us at info@gamescape.com or send us a card or letter to GameZcape, Fox Sports Net, 350 North Orleans, Suite S1-100, Chicago, Illinois, 60654.
You stay at Funcoland, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. So, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Studio facilities provided by GameWorks, the best place to eat, drink, party, and play, with 13 locations nationwide.
Well, that'll do it for another edition of GameZcape, and we'd like to thank GameWorks, the best place to eat, drink, party, and play, and FunCoLand for their support all season long. The year 2001 looks to be another landmark year for the video game industry, and next season we'll be back to cover it every step of the way. So thank you for all of your emails and letters, and until next season, play on.
You just call.